would love for you to type in the chat. Just go ahead and type in the chat who invited you, tag your girl, or just type her name, whichever way you want to do that, so that you are entered into our giveaways. That's how you get entered. We can't scroll through all the pictures and type in your name, so just put it in the chat. And if your phone says iPhone or something like that, make sure your name's in there. If it says your name, you're good. Just say invited by Shaughnessy Plunkett or Devin Gold or whoever invited you, okay? And that way that gets you entered into our giveaways. Before we just get started, though, I want to show y'all. Y'all are getting a sneak peek, okay? Are you excited about fall sneak peek? One of you is going to win this brand new silkening oil. So excited. Okay, so you have to be hush hush. You're just going to smell amazing, but you can't tell people what it is. No, you really can, but it is so super great. So it's our Confidently You, which is our newest fragrance, but it's a dry silkening oil. So basically that means that you can put it all over your body, especially in this area, and it gives you kind of a glow. It smells amazing. So that's one of our giveaways that we're giving away tonight. We're also giving away some really trendy fall gold hoop earrings. So we love that. And then we have another surprise giveaway that I will tell you about at the end. So just get ready, just sit back, open your mind and heart, get ready for some fun. Just confidence boosting tips, glamour, skincare, some stories, all the fun things. And I am going to pass it to my friend Devin to get us started.
Yay! Well, y'all, we're so excited that you're here. 73 of y'all on. No wonder we were having crazy technical difficulties with unmuting at first, but we're so excited for y'all to be here. And let me just say, if you win the dry silkening oil, you're going to get so many compliments. Y'all, we have a perfume that smells just like it. It is amazing. And so I get to be your first presenter, and I am going to be here just to talk with you really quickly. And we're going to go fast, y'all. We're going to do two things. We're going to share with you a little bit about the Mary Kay opportunity, just because there are some of you who are like, I'm kind of intrigued in making some extra money. This sounds great. And we're also going to be sharing with you product tips. And so we're going to be talking about different things like makeup tips and eyeshadow tips and just different things like that. And so I just tell people, keep an open mind, because you may be on here to go, I want to learn how to make some extra money. Well, at the end, you may think, I learned how to do my eyeshadow. I'm so excited about that. Or you may be here to be like, I want to learn how to do my eyeshadow. And then you're like, I learned how to make some extra money tonight. Who even, like, I was just here for the eyeshadow tips. So we're so excited. You'll be entered into all of our drawings, but we just like to share a little bit about who we are and what we do, because you just never know. I was the person who was so against any direct sales. Not that I was like against direct sales, but I just didn't want to do anything like that because I was so shy. But once I heard, like, oh my gosh, you can make money, like you can for real make money, and Mary Kay's not a multi-level, that was so intriguing to me. So I get to share with you one of our favorite things is the income that you can make. And then also to how many of you just put it in the chat, are going back to, like, you have kids, either your kids are back to school, so you're doing all the back to school shopping, or maybe you're in college, maybe you have a grandchild that's going back to school, and it just seems as if all the things are coming out, right? My daughter keeps coming home with, this week or today it was 4-H, yesterday it was the fishing tournament, then it was cheer camp, on top of all the school supplies and all the things. And so here's what I love about our business, and it's the reason that I started, that I find that a lot of women will start for, is for the income. Right, Shauna, you have two in college and three teenagers. Like, that is expensive. It gets expensive. And so how many of you have had the thought this week maybe, or if not this week, in the last month, have you had the thought, and maybe not this exact thought, but just somewhere deep down, there's more month than money. That's going to have to wait. Right? Like, there's not an abundance of income right now in this season. And then I want you to think, when was the last time that you felt that there was an abundance of income? When's the last time that you were like, we have so much money? we know what to do with it, right? And so it's not just August, right? Because then it's going to be Christmas, and then it's going to be just summer, like all the different things. And so we often find that women will come in because we do make that extra income, right? And so we make money two ways. The first way is through selling the Mary Kay product. Did you know that we make 50% of everything that we sell, half? And you can make money. So everybody makes money that way through selling the product. So if you sell at a reorder today, it was $85. Let's just say that was with tax. So let's just say 80, $40 in my bank account today. What would you do with an extra $40? That could pay for the cheer camp, right? But then you can also make money if you want to, if you choose to add a team. But here's the beautiful thing about Mary Kay. A lot of times people like love to do this with their best friend, and so that's really cool, but it's not mandatory. And that is what I love. And so if you are someone who has had that thought of, I need a little bit of extra income, but my boss isn't giving me a raise, or this is what I'm making, or what, even when it comes in, it just keeps going out, right? Then I would urge you, have you thought about starting a Mary Kay business? Because it is only $35 to start. And I want to paint this picture for you of what is that thing that if you had an extra $500 and it couldn't go to school and it couldn't go to bills, what would you do with it? Because those things can go to school and they can go to bills. But I also want you to dream for a second. If you could have an extra $300 to $500 a month, what repeatedly, what would that do? Maybe the first month it would go to school, maybe the second month it would go to bills, maybe you would start saving for some Christmas. But then when Christmas is over, then what would you do with that extra income? And here's the beautiful news is you can have someone who comes in like me, and I was a teacher. I just started because we were broke and I wanted $200 a month. And you guys, what started off as $200 a month turned into my highest check was deposited into my bank account last month of over $27,000, not for the year, for 1 month. So I love that you can make that kind of money, but I also love that you can just be someone who goes, you know what, I'm great with where I'm at as a mom, as a wife, in my job, but we do need extra income. And I just want to pay for my baby's school supplies and cheer camp and football that's coming up. And so I'm going to stay with my job, but I'm also going to have a little something on the side that blesses my family and doesn't stress me out financially. So if you are in that position, we're so glad that you're on watching tonight. You'll get to learn a little bit more. I'm going to pass it to my friend Jessica, and she's going to give you some makeup tips.
Hello, everyone. Devin, thank you. I always love hearing Devin. I call her one of the OGs. Okay. Okay, so we are about to have some fun. Makeup is my jam. Now, I'm going to throw this out there. If you're on here and you know, like, you're invited, obviously you have a consultant, right? Y'all, we have a makeup contest going on. And I know Devin talked a lot about the Mary Kay opportunity. Well, we have another Mary Kay opportunity, and it is to get your makeup done for free, and you get into a drawing. 5 women will win a $5,000 Visa gift card. I don't know about you, but makeup is super fun, and anything's fun if I could win $5,000 for not doing anything, right? So I have a look for you. It's one of the 5 looks, okay? So I'm gonna tune in on this one right here, okay? So this is hazelnut, this is cinnabar, and this is biscotti. So I'm gonna introduce you guys to a couple of our brushes also. Now, the first brush we're gonna start with really quickly is our all over eyeshadow brush, and our brushes have a cheat sheet. Isn't that fabulous? Okay, so you can see it's very flat, it's very good. So we are gonna start with the hazelnut, and we are going to do, and you can see how much I have on right here. And so we are going to go all over our eyelid and up just a tad bit. Now, I didn't really realize this until I started doing Mary Kay. English teacher, 10 years, mom of 3 boys, wanted extra money. That's all I wanted. Didn't know all the other things I was going to get. But enjoying the 50% off of all my things is definitely a plus too. So I didn't know this, but some people have different shaped eyelids, right? That's something your beauty consultant can help you with, right? And so a hooded eyelid is one like this, right? It's just genetic. And so we have to do our eye makeup a little bit differently than somebody like Devin, right? Who you just saw. So that was hazelnut. And so you're on your eyelid and then you're up a little bit just so you can see it. And obviously, I didn't do either eye because I was like, man, I'm going to look really wonky if I do one eye and then get on here and don't have the other eye. Okay, so there we go. So for me, in a 5-minute look, like hazelnut's enough, right? But we're going to throw in this Cinnabar. And I picked this particular look because it really looks good on everyone, right? They're neutrals, they're fabulous. Now, this is the eye crease brush. You can see that it is edged, fabulous, right? So we're dipping this in Cinnabar. You can see my product. Now, we're going to do like a little V. Okay, it doesn't matter what shape eyelid you have. So we're going to do the V, and then we're going to do a little coloring, a little filling in. So we're going to start, you're going to see it here and then here, right? My V right here. And so I'm coming down to the edge, and then I'm kind of just filling in a little bit. Right? And I'm literally doing this in the Zoom camera, y'all. Just letting y'all know that. There's no camera behind me, right? That's how really well our brushes place product, right? Okay, so we're doing the other eye also. So we're starting here, making our V, and then we're kind of shading in. Okay? Now, this look, we're going to soften it a little bit. So I'm going to introduce you to one more fabulous brush. Now, this is our eye blending brush. Now, these bristles are very loose, perfect for blending. Okay, so I've taken a pro makeup class before, and the art of blending is literally everything. Okay, so blending is everything. Do not be afraid of makeup. We have a fabulous brush set. The first two brushes are actually part of the brush set that you can get from your Mary Kay girl, and this brush can be purchased separately. And the blending brush is literally everything. And then we're going to top it off with your favorite mascara. My favorite mascara is Fanorama. Okay. One of the reasons is because of the bristles, right? It has little bristles on the end, literally fans them out. Okay. Fabulous. So, and they say do an average of 4 layers. Okay. Now, I've seen all kinds of makeup application. So we're going to go a little bit on each eye. Now, as a teacher, I also liked things to serve a practical purpose. Like, I want to know why, so I figured my students want to know why. So, why don't you just go to town on your lashes? Well, for one, then they're overly saturated and they don't really have time to dry, right? If we're doing 4 layers, then we need to switch. So, in that time that you are switching back and forth, and you can see how great this brush pushes up my lashes. Then the other side is getting time to air dry just for a second. So that's layer 2. And this is layer 3. And then we are on layer 4. And then you have an eye makeup look. Just using a couple simple products, it literally takes you 2 minutes, right? Okay, so I hope y'all enjoyed our first product tip. And so I'm going to pass it to my girl, Ao.
Hey, family. It's so good to see you. Jessica, thank you. I love you. You're definitely the eye guru. My name's Phyllis Ao. I've been a consultant for about 8 or 9 years and a director for about 1.5. And I want to talk about the flexibility of Mary Kay. One of the reasons I didn't think I could be a Mary Kay consultant is because I was really, really busy. I had a full-time job as a school librarian and had 5 children. I had 2 still at home at the time and a handful of grandbabies. Since then, I have 14 grandbabies. And I really thought I was just too busy for Mary Kay. I do not have time to sell Mary Kay. What I didn't realize was how flexible being a Mary Kay consultant really is. There are so many opportunities, so many ways to be a consultant. Simply handing out things on the ball field. It is definitely a grab and go. I get to set my own schedule. I can work around when I have grandbabies, when I don't. It is not near as time consuming as my head told me it was going to be. And like I make 50% off of everything I sell, and I can work in the time that I wanted to work. So it fits my busy lifestyle. It fits busy women. I don't know too many women that aren't real busy that have lots of time. And so one of the things that I absolutely adore about Mary Kay is that I can do it on the go. It works wonderful. And anytime that I feel like I'm stuck and I need another couple ideas, I reach out to my Pink Sisterhood and they're like, oh, did you do this? Did you like, oh yeah, that's great. That's great. So I love the flexibility of Mary Kay. So anyway, with that, I'm going to pass it on to Riley. She is going to show us our next pro tip. Hit it, Riley.
Hi, you guys. Okay, so I'm going to talk about skincare tonight. Jessica is a makeup girly. I'm a skincare girly. You will rarely catch me in makeup. At least right now in my life, that might change one day. And I do love it. I love it so much, but I am a skincare girl. So I'm going to tell you about one of my favorite products. I think it's kind of probably one of all of our favorite products. It's our Revealing Radiance Facial Peel. So this is a chemical exfoliant. You can use it 1 to 2 times a week. And I have super sensitive skin, and this is amazing. Like, I love it. I've kind of always struggled with really bad dryness, and I think it kind of comes from the dryness, like textured skin, not really acne per se, but just like little dry bumps and that kind of thing. So when I started using the peel, that really kind of started clearing up for me and did not dry me out any further, which was great. And I started feeling that really smooth, buttery skin that I wanted. And I love that because that dryness and those dry bumps really did I was a little bit insecure about it, you know? So I think this goes for $68. I don't think it's changed. I think it's the same. And again, you can use it 1 to 2 times a week. It's kind of like it has a pump, and it's kind of like a creamy gel, almost like a moisturizer type of consistency. And you really only need, some people say 1 pump. I do 2 pumps because I want to get my face and my neck. If y'all aren't doing your neck, do your neck. I've been raised by Mimi and a mom, and all the women around me tell me to do my neck. So that's what I'll be doing, is my neck and my face. So you definitely want to use enough. Now, this is going to last you forever. I have a friend who's started buying a couple products here and there. She hasn't gotten this yet, but she's like, I've never spent this much on skincare before, which our products, I think, are totally reasonably priced for the quality. They are truly so amazing, and they last. But this is going to last you forever. So if you're like, ooh, like 68, like that's kind of pricey, this is going to last you a good while. A little goes a long way, and you don't have to use it that often. If you want smooth, buttery skin, this is going to be great. It's also anti-aging. I'm 25. I've used a lot of our anti-aging products, and I probably have for the last like 2 years or maybe even longer. I think a lot of people think, oh, I'm too young to start anti-aging. You're not. You want to get ahead of the game so you're not having to fix problems later. You just want to get ahead of it. So I love this. And it also has glycolic acid in it. So that is what is going to be exfoliating your skin, but it's still really gentle. If you put it on and you feel a little tingling sensation, completely normal. If it's turning really red or it's burning, that is not normal. But I've yet to meet a girl that has tried this and has had any type of irritation with it. It's very gentle. It's quality ingredients. And it's an amazing product. So that was my little spiel on the peel. So I'm going to pass it on to Julie.
Oh my gosh, your hair's getting so long, right? Okay, so thank you for sharing. Okay, thank you for sharing. Facial peel is hands down what you were saying. It's most of our favorites. I was like, really is. It really is all of our favorites. Okay, so I am Julie McLemore, and I get to share the third reason why a lot of women maybe love joining Mary Kay, but I will be very clear. Typically, that is not, I feel like for myself, what brought me to Mary Kay. I have been a Mary Kay for 5.5 years, and I previously worked outside the house for 13 years. And if you know me or have ever heard me, the whole reason I said yes to Mary Kay was nothing more than I just saw opportunity and time. And what do I mean by that? You know, they talked about money, they talked about flexibility. Well, I wanted like all of that. Like I wanted to be home with my kids, but I also wanted to pay my bills stress-free. And so that's kind of what it looked like for me coming into it. But let me be very clear. The gift that I received in this business that I never even thought possible, or was I even searching for? Because I do have great family and I have great friends. But let me be clear. There was something missing, and that was some really great friendships. Now, if you are my friend outside of Mary Kay, I love them and I adore them. But here's what I mean by that. Sometimes we are just so used to just women in the world. And what do I mean by that? Sometimes women in the world aren't a certain caliber. Okay, and what do I mean by that? Maybe they're drama filled. Maybe they're negative. Maybe they get caught up in yeah more quick. Let me be very clear. In Mary Kay, there's been zero of that. Zero of that, which is a little mind-boggling. And I'm sure that every director on here can vouch, and even consultants of like, I did not know there was a world that existed, and in this pink bubble, it does. And so when I say the women here care about you, they care about your family, they care about the success that you want to find. Last night, for instance, I had a sick baby, and there were some friends of mine that I could literally text and say, hey, I'm struggling right now. Can you whisper a little prayer for me and my babe, right? And they did so immediately. And that's what I mean when I say the community. That's what I'm talking about. Because the personal growth that comes to Mary Kay is fantastic, but oftentimes it's because you're attached to a community of women who push you maybe to get out of your comfort zone, push you to do something different, which ultimately is going to grow you and grow your relationships even stronger. And so that is definitely, again, not what I was necessarily searching for, but definitely something that I found here, and something that I will always count my blessings for, that I received through my Mary Kay business. And so thank y'all for joining tonight. I get to pass it really quick. Don't leave yet. We got giveaways to come. I get to pass it to Shaughnessy to wrap us up, okay?
Oh my gosh, guys. So I told you it'd be fast paced, right? So great. Love the eye tips. Love the chemical peel, because you need a peel in your life, right? You absolutely, like PEEL. You might not need the other peel, but like a peel. And so such great tips. I hope you loved it. Okay, so here's what I'd love for you to do, guys. I'd love for you to drop in the comments what your favorite product was to see, or your favorite tip, or maybe something you heard from the stories that you learned about Mary Kay that you didn't know before, or that you just think is super cool. I'd love for you to drop that in the comments. Also, be sure to shop with your Mary Kay girl any of the products that you saw tonight. When we get through in just a few minutes, we're going to close in just a few minutes. Eyeshadow brushes. Y'all, our brushes are amazing. They really are. So if you do not have a great set of brushes, it is the thing for glamour for sure. Skincare early, the oil and I need a brush. Oh my gosh, so much. That was our goal, is to give you confidence and give you some tips and all the stuff. Okay, so don't forget to shop your Mary Kay girl with some products that you saw tonight. And maybe we piqued your interest about the Mary Kay business. If so, as Devin said, get excited. It's only $35. I mean, it is literally $35 for you to get started. Whether you want a side gig for a little extra money, or maybe you want an opportunity to advance in a full-time career, or maybe you just want some really great girlfriends like Julie talked about. You know, I just think there's a place for you here. And here's one thing we'd love for you to know. We will teach you everything you need to know, and we will help you get customers. Okay? So don't let that keep you from getting to the yes. Okay? You're worth a $35 chance on yourself. But I get to share the best news. We are also giving away one free eStart tonight. Okay, that means if you win, you literally would get to start a Mary Kay business for free. Who could get excited, right? So to go in on the free eStart drawing, here's what you're going to do. You're just going to comment, I'm in the chat. that you want to start a Mary Kay business, and your consultant will text you, yay, I'm seeing the Ian's coming in. I love it. Your consultant's going to text you when we hop off the link to get joined. And so as long as you fill out that link and do your $35 by midnight, you will go into the drawing, and it'll be a $35 reimbursement. And we're going to do that at 9 a.m. tomorrow to give you time to do that. So just sign up by midnight. Just comment, I'm in. That way your Mary Kay girl knows, and we know. And we'd be so excited to welcome you into our Mary Kay world, right? Okay, so but before we do our other giveaways, and again, so your consultant knows, we want you to text her a number. I'm going to give you 3 numbers. So you're not going to comment in here. You're going to text her after we hop off. And I'm going to give you 3 numbers to text her. And so number 1 is, this was so much fun. I loved it. I love being your customer, but I would like to say a customer. 3 means this was so fun, but I would like to think about a Mary Kay business, or maybe you have other questions. Okay, that's a 3. You're kind of middle of the road. And 5 means I'm in, send me the link. Because I know sometimes people don't want to comment on the Zoom, but they really are 5. And so just text that number to your consultant. So do that when we hop off so that your consultant knows, because y'all, she's working to win prizes too. And she gets credit for you being on when you text her a number, right? So be sure and do that when we hop off. Okay, I'm going to spin my little wheel. Y'all, I was behind the scenes. Did y'all see me turn my camera off? I had to type in all these names so fast. A lot of times I will write them down, but I said, not tonight. We have to put them in a little wheel of names, and it is spinning. So who feels lucky? I'm going to give away our Silkening Dry Oil first. And the winner is Jessica Mills. So Jessica, tell us how excited you are in the comments. You are our first winner. And then I'm going to spin it one more time, and we're going to give away those super cute earrings. Hoop earrings, gold earrings, perfect for the fall. Let's see who our winner is. Elizabeth McGee. So Elizabeth, congratulations. We are so excited for you. Y'all, if you won, be sure and let your consultant know your address so she can get it to us, and I can mail those out tomorrow. So if you're a winner, we need your address so we can pop it in the mail. And don't forget, if you join your MK Girls team tonight, you get entered into the $35 giveaway, which is really fabulous. So remember to text her one of those 3 numbers when we hop off. Thank you guys so much for hopping on our Girl Code Live. We had so much fun. Hope you'll join us again next month. We do some different tips and tutorials every single month, and it's super fun. And like Jessica said, schedule an appointment with your Mary Kay girl so that you can play in product and get a makeover and possibly win $5,000, right? So super fun. So hope you have a great weekend. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.